Hi, my name is Tatum Eccles. My partner is Riley Emerson, and I'm going to be doing a cranial nerve assessment today, or a neurological assessment, so you can come on in. And can you tell me your name, date of birth, and any allergies?
My name is Riley Emerson. My date of birth is 11/10/99. I do not have any allergies.
Okay, perfect. So you can take a seat. I already went ahead and observed her gait, and it was even, so that is her gross motor function of her lower extremities, and I'm going to start with cranial nerve 1, which is the sense of smell. So if you could close your eyes and cover one nostril, and then tell me what you smell.
Peanut butter.
Okay, and then do the other side.
Candle.
Okay, so she was able to identify the smell, so her cranial nerve number 1 is intact. Cranial nerve number 2 is for her eyes. So we've previously done the Snellen and Rosenbaum test. On the Snellen, she scored a 20/20 with correction, and Rosenbaum, she also got a 20/20 with correction, and her peripheral vision is 180 degrees. So cranial nerve number 2 is intact. Cranial nerve number 3, 4, and 6, we're going to do the 6 cardinal fields of gaze test. So if you could just follow my finger. Okay, so her eyes were able to track my finger without any nystagmus. So cranial nerves number 3, 4, and 6 are intact. Cranial nerve number 5, I'm going to brush your face and just tell me where you feel it, okay? Okay, so cranial nerve 5, I'm going to also test your jaw strength, so don't let me open your jaw. Okay, so cranial nerve number 5 is intact. Cranial nerve number 6 is, we already did 6. That was part of the extraocular movement. So we've done 3, 4, and 6, 5. Cranial nerve number 7 is the facial expression. So if you could go ahead and smile for me, frown, smile without teeth, puff out your cheeks, and raise your eyebrows. Okay, so all of her facial movements, she was able to do them, so cranial nerve number 7 is intact. Cranial nerve number 8, we're going to do on her ears. So I'm going to get this tuning fork, and tell me if you can hear this bilaterally.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to do, that was the Weber test, now I'm going to do the Rhine test. So tell me when you can't hear this anymore.
Okay.
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 Alright, now I'm going to come over here and do it on the other side.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so with the Rhine test, her air conduction was twice as long as the bone conduction. And so now I'm going to do the finger rub test, so just tell me which side you hear this.
Left. Right. Both.
Alright, so she's able to identify 100% of the finger rub test, so now I'm going to do the whisper word test. If you could cover your other ear, and I'm going to whisper some things.
Purple, green, red.
Okay, now I'm going to come to the other side and do the same thing.
Orange, blue, green.
Perfect. Okay, so her cranial nerve number 8 is fully intact. She was able to pass 100% of the hearing test. Now we're going to move on to cranial nerve 9 and 10. So that is the, if you could swallow for me. Okay, she's able to swallow. And then if you could open your mouth and say ah. Okay, and the soft palate rises with vocalization. So cranial nerves 9 and 10 are intact. Cranial nerve 11, I'm going to check your shoulder strength. If you could push up. Okay, and then push to the side and the other side. Alright, cranial nerve 11 is fully intact. She has full neck and shoulder strength. So now for cranial nerve 12, we're going to, if you could stick out your tongue for me, and then move it side to side. Okay, and then push against my hand, and push against my hand. Okay, so she has full tongue movement and strength, and her tongue is bilaterally symmetric. So that concludes the assessment of all of our cranial nerves. Now we're going to test reflexes. So I'm going to get the reflex remote, and I'm going to check your brachial. Okay. And I'm going to check on both sides. Perfect. So now I'm going to check your patellar reflexes. Perfect. All right. So she has her reflexes that are fully intact with a grade of 2+. Now I'm going to check your fine and gross motor skills. So when she walked in, I saw that she had gross motor skills of her lower extremities because she's able to walk. So now if you could take your heel and put it up your shin. Okay, and then the other side. Alright, and then if you could pat your legs and then get faster. Perfect. And then touch your fingers with your thumb and go faster. Perfect. So she has this demonstrated the gross motor skills of her upper extremities, and the fingers demonstrated the fine motor skills of her upper extremities. So now if you could stand up, we're going to do the romper test and close your eyes. Alright, and there's no sway, so she has a balance, and that concludes our neuro assessment.